President Biden standing down. Hear the latest on what voters are saying about the fate of the election. Plus, Senator Warren reacting to the monumental announcement. Hear why she believes Harris is the perfect candidate to take on Trump. And new developments after a late night shooting in Cranston, the latest on what officials tell us. But first, continuing our coverage in the race for the White House. A stunning turn of events today as President Biden becomes the first incumbent president to drop out in more than 50 years. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Caitlin Gelhaus. We're getting a look at how things will work with Harris leading the campaign. ABC's Perry Russom is in Washington with the latest.
President Biden dropping out of the race for the White House, endorsing his vice president, Kamala Harris. Harris releasing a statement saying her intention is to earn and win this nomination. Some Democratic lawmakers starting to rally behind Harris with their convention weeks away in Chicago.
As a delegate, I'll be happy to go back to Chicago and support the vice president.
My choice is Vice President Harris.
Kamala Harris, as our Democratic presidential nominee, is going to bring an X factor.
Harris does not automatically become the nominee. Democratic National Committee Chairman Jamie Harrison saying, in short order, the American people will hear from the Democratic Party on next steps and the path forward for the nomination process. Biden dropping out of the race in a statement, writing, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term.
This decision was selfless and strong. He put the country first.
Senator Chris Coons, a close ally and friend of Biden, tearful on CBS.
This was a very difficult decision, and one that I think reflects the very best of who Joe Biden is.
Even as Biden's candidacy began to unravel at the first presidential debate nearly 1 month ago,
If we finally beat Medicare,
he remained committed on the campaign trail.
I am running and going to win again.
The Republican Party already attacking Harris, releasing this video.
If you ever wondered how Joe Biden could get the border so screwed up, remember, he had help.
President Biden says he will address the nation later this week, still not clear when. He's been at his vacation home in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, recovering from COVID. Perry Russom, ABC News, Washington.
And the Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee thanking President Biden on the platform X by saying, President Biden made a selfless and noble decision. We are forever grateful for his lifetime of service, compassionate leadership, and all he has done for our country. His presidency will be remembered as one of the most impactful in our nation's history. Now, it's not just the governor who is speaking out. American voters are reacting to the news that Biden is standing down in the 2024 presidential race.
I feel, I would not say I feel necessarily relieved because I don't feel super optimistic.
President Joe Biden announcing Sunday he will no longer be seeking re-election in the 2024 presidential race.
I should have done it a long time ago. I mean, we don't need a senior citizen in office, so that's kind of a bummer. Unfortunately, now who's left? Kamala Harris. Not super excited about that one, but we'll see what happens.
Biden endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic candidate.
A little curious why she seems to have been hidden from politics for the last 3 years, and that seems a little weird to me, but I think she would debate Trump really well.
Overall, many voters are frustrated.
Unprecedented things keep happening, and at the same time, nothing really changes.
And come November, they are not sure who they'll vote for.
Terrible times, I feel like. The last presidential debate, we talked more about golf scores. And how does that help us at all?
Now, we also spoke with Congressman Gabe Amo about President Biden's decision to not run for president again this November. Amo saying he believes President Biden's decision is selfless and it allows the president to ensure that his legacy can continue. Amo working closely with the Biden-Harris White House for over 2 years and is fully supportive of Biden's decision to step down and says winning is what it's all about come November.
However you slice and dice it, this is about winning in November. So motivation aside, that's the thing that I'm focused on. And I believe that the president has done a patriotic act, putting the country over himself in the mold of a George Washington, who so famously declined running for a third term.
Amos says he fully endorses Vice President Kamala Harris, and he looks forward to working to help with her campaign as the election nears. And State Representative Seth Magaziner releasing a statement saying, in part, with today's announcement, President Biden is putting the good of our country ahead of his own personal interest, something that Donald Trump would never do. The congressman adding in a post on X, unlike the MAGA Republicans, the Democratic Party is not a cult. We respond to the will of the people, not the ego of one man. Magaziner joining President Biden in endorsing Vice President Harris for president, but adding that he will respect and support the nominee chosen by the delegates. And Providence Mayor Brett Smiley also thanking Biden in a statement, crediting him with helping cities like Providence build back better after the pandemic. Smiley saying in part, the Biden-Harris administration has an exemplary record of accomplishment over the past 4 years. Democracy is on the ballot this November, and it's time to come together as a party and prevent a return to the disastrous Trump years. And on the other side of things, the Rhode Island GOP chairman Joe Powers sharing a statement saying in part, despite the chaos, the Republican Party stands united behind President Donald Trump. It doesn't matter who the Democrats offer in his place. It's been the policies of the Democratic Party that has caused record inflation and open borders. Powers also emphasizing the importance of unity in this country. And looking at reactions to Biden's withdrawal in surrounding states. In Massachusetts, Senator Elizabeth Warren endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris. In a video posted to X, Warren says Harris is ready to step up, bring the Democratic Party together, and beat Donald Trump in the upcoming election.
Kamala has been a ferocious warrior on the issue of abortion, and under Kamala's leadership, we're going to get Roe versus Wade back into law of the land. But the part that's fun to think about is when you're up against a convicted felon, who better than a former prosecutor to take it straight to Donald Trump?
And Warren saying that Harris is ready for the job, expressing confidence that she will win the election. And now let's get a check on the forecast. ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist Bill Guile joins us here live in the Weather Center. Bill, what should people expect? This is a big vacation week, so people are at the beach, maybe the Vineyard, Nantucket, the Cape, you name it. They're there, so what should they expect?
Tomorrow's not going to be so bad, but as we head into the midweek stretch, we're bringing back some of the tropical humidity and the threat of some rain. So, yeah, we're going to be getting back into a bit of an unsettled situation. There was a shower that came out of New York State late this afternoon, early this evening, but it pretty much just rained itself out as it moved into northeast Connecticut. All that we've got outside right now are just some passing clouds. We're at 74 degrees in Providence and 69 over in Taunton. It's cooling back a little bit in some spots. New Bedford's at 73, Newport's 72. So we're not going to see the temperatures drop off much more for the rest of the overnight, as again, we'll just see more passing clouds. And overnight lows bottoming out pretty much in the upper 60s across the region. For tomorrow, we'll have some sunshine, more so in the morning, but by the afternoon, we'll be mixing with a good deal of clouds, and temperatures will be up to 84. And you will notice the humidity climbing even further as winds go out of the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour. So maybe tomorrow's a beach day for you if you're going to try to squeeze that in. We'll see temperatures right around 80 degrees. That water temperature is nice and mild now, 72 to 75. High tide occurring in the morning right around 9 a.m. You're going to be doing some boating on the bay. The waves are about a foot or so, but in the open waters, we're looking at 2 to 3 feet. So coming up in a little bit, we're going to be talking about some unsettled weather, as I hinted at here, as we go through the midweek stretch and just how much rain we might be getting through this period. And then after that, I've got a little bit of a preview of the upcoming weekend if you've got vacation plans set for that time. Caitlin.
I know you do, Bill. We'll have to get the rain boots and rain gear out for sure. Police say a Cranston man is facing multiple charges after a shooting at a local bar. Mayor Ken Hopkins says the shots were fired at the West Restaurant and Lounge during the St. Mary's Feast on Saturday night. Officials saying 28-year-old Michael Mancini got into a fight with another man in the outside dining area and accidentally shot himself in the leg. Police say Mancini was taken to the hospital and required surgery for his injuries. Officials say Mancini is facing multiple gun charges as well as possession of cocaine. And crews responding to a fire in East Providence today. The Providence Canteen posting these pictures showing heavy fire engulfing a vacant home on Juniper Road. The East Providence Fire Department says nobody was injured in this incident. And now to some other headlines we are following for you this weekend. The Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management says a tanker truck spilled 2,500 gallons of fuel on the on-ramp at Allens Avenue to Interstate 95 on Saturday. Officials say the truck flipped over around 6 o'clock at night. Last night, it was not removed from the ramp until 5 o'clock this morning. The spill has gone into the Providence River, and the DEM says cleanup efforts are being made to reduce the environmental impact, including floating containment booms placed in the river. And a woman was seriously burned in a house fire in Attleboro this morning. The Attleboro Fire Department says units responded to a blaze on Mendon Road around 9:15 this morning. Officials say police officers in the area arrived to find 2 people still inside of that home, rushing inside, pulling them out. One of the victims, a woman in her 40s, suffered severe burns. The other resident and the 2 officers were taken to the hospital to be treated for smoke inhalation. Authorities say the cause of the fire is under investigation. And 1 man is dead and another was arrested after a fatal stabbing in Brockton. Police say they received reports of a stabbing around 6 o'clock Saturday night at the intersection of Crescent Street and Montello Street. 39-year-old Edmar Gonsalves was found injured at the scene and was taken to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Police say 36-year-old Johnny Richmond was arrested and is the main suspect. Massachusetts State Police are still investigating the incident. And a missing man was pronounced dead after being recovered from a Lakeville pond yesterday evening. The Lakeville Police and Fire Department say units responded to Long Pond Saturday afternoon for reports of a man in his 60s who went missing during the Pond-a-Palooza event at the Eagles Club. Authorities say the man was found in the pond around 5:45 in the evening, with officials attempting life-saving measures. Police say the man was pronounced dead at a local hospital shortly after arrival. And a local pub is closed after a fire yesterday in Providence. Crews responded to a fire that broke out early Saturday morning at the Botanica 21 Division store on Chalkstone Avenue in Providence. Gilligan's Pub posting to social media shortly after saying they would be closed due to smoke damage from the fire next door. The owners say they do not know when the pub will be able to reopen. And coming up next on ABC 6 News, a Massachusetts state trooper giving back to kids who have the same condition as him. Also, the 15th annual Cause for Pause Classic Car Show fundraiser was today. Stay tuned to hear more about that event. And after the break, Bill will also break down your full 7-day forecast. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
If we were all the same, we'd only need one SUV. But what a boring world that would be. Individual SUVs for individuals. Imagine that. Get offers on select models at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
So you're running a little late. No worries. You'll make the airport, get to the meeting. It's all good. At J. Bryant Day, we know disaster can strike when you least expect it. And that's why we're here with emergency water damage service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our professional cleanup and restoration crews will get the job done quickly, and we can bill your insurance directly. So whatever the size of your water disaster,
remember, when disaster strikes, J. Bryant Day is on the way.
Hit it.
Monday. Start your engines.
Let's get down and dirty. Oh, okay. That's okay, that's all right.
And bring your thunder.
It's a little hot in here.
Somebody get me a towel.
'Cause a storm's a-coming.
All the guys aren't here for the right reasons.
Shut up, everyone.
You guys, if you think this is not the place that you should be, then you need to get out.
New Bachelorette, Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Show me Celebrity Family Feud.
So excited, I'm here.
What TV host have you had romantic fantasies about?
Steve Harvey.
Celebrity Family Feud, new Tuesday on ABC.
Heading into the city, or better yet, to the beach in the morning? Get an up-to-the-minute real-time traffic report. Watch Good Morning Providence, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m.
Make every day a fresh start. Watch Good Morning Providence.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at some summer events going on. A Massachusetts state trooper is giving back to kids with a very meaningful connection. Trooper John Pina recently visiting Camp Jack in Assonet, a 6-week day camp for kids with type 1 diabetes. Officer Pina was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes as a child and is now sharing his inspirational story with the kids. Along with hearing Pina's story, the kids also have the opportunity to try on riot gear and see the police vehicles. And the 15th annual Cause for Pause Classic Car Show was today in Warwick. As you can see in these videos sent in by our very own Kelly Bates of the Now Local News app, the show had many antique and classic cars on display, as well as music, shopping, raffles, and food trucks. All the money raised at the event will be going to help homeless animals at the Warwick Animal Shelter.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Bill Guile.
And good evening, everyone. Boy, it was a pretty warm day around the region today until a sea breeze front kind of pushed its way in, and one came in from the east, another came up from the south. Two kind of merged right over Taunton. But look at the high temperatures that occurred before that happened. We made it to 91 degrees in Taunton. New Bedford made it to 90 degrees. Plymouth, 88. These locations really warmed up before that sea breeze front began to develop. While here in Rhode Island, it was a cooler day by comparison. TF Green, only 86 degrees, 84 in Smithfield. Nice and enjoyable right along the south coast, where it was 83 in Newport. You may have noticed a little bit of the mugginess out there for today. The dew points did come up a little bit compared to yesterday, but they're going to be rising even further as you go into tomorrow afternoon. You'll really notice that starting to work up, as those dew points are going to be climbing to the upper 60s. And then we get into the tropical air all over again. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're talking about the dew points above 70 degrees. In fact, maybe going into the mid 70s. The difference this time around compared to last week, we're not going to have the high heat to combine that with these dew points. So it'll be very humid out there for sure, that tropical feel, but we won't be really sweltering with those hot temperatures. Towards the end of the week, it will start to come down a bit as the atmosphere begins to turn itself over and we get back into a somewhat drier pattern heading into the weekend. So let's break it all down for you, show what's going on. We just have some passing clouds coming in. There's a frontal boundary just kind of hanging around here, doing nothing really. And right now we're looking at 74 degrees with just some passing clouds, but that dew point has come up. So we're looking at 66 right now. The breeze out of the west, 8 miles per hour. Around the region, still quite mild for this evening. In fact, warm night, nice enjoyable outside with readings currently holding in the low 70s. And the air mass is fairly similar all through the Great Lakes and a little bit warmer down to the south. But we're also looking at a lot of cloudiness hanging around. There's a couple of frontal boundaries. Both are somewhat stationary, and all they're really doing is just dividing the air masses in terms of the dew points. So the comfortable air, the dew points in the 50s, they're up in northern New England. The humid air with the dew points in the 60s, that's what we've been dealing with. The tropical air to the south, the 70-degree dew points, that's what's coming our way. But for tomorrow, high pressure is still with us, and it's going to fight off any rain shower activity, but it will allow clouds to begin to develop. I think for the most part, we'll stay dry just about all day long. But then there's that secondary front coming up from the south with a wave of low pressure on. So early Tuesday morning, going to have some heavy downpours, perhaps a few thunderstorms going through. You might get woken up a little bit early. And then we get right into the tropical humidity, and we're going to kind of repeat the forecast for what happens on Tuesday. It'll play out again on Wednesday and Thursday with just ripples of low pressure running along this frontal boundary. So let me show you what we're looking at close up. All right, so again, through the overnight tonight, just some passing clouds. We'll start the morning off with some sunshine and readings in the upper 60s. Going into the afternoon, those clouds continue to gather. It could be a spot shower trying to pop up as our temperatures make it to the low and mid 80s region wide. And then we're kind of stuck in a good deal of clouds as we go through Monday night, Tuesday morning. Here come those showers, perhaps even a rumble of thunder and some brief heavy downpours as we go through the morning commute, but then things will improve for midday Tuesday. And then we'll just be looking at a lot of clouds with a stray shower around. And we repeat it all over again as we go into Wednesday. Morning showers, some heavy downpours, perhaps some thunderstorm activity going into the afternoon, and it may play out again on Thursday as well. And rain totals right now look like we could be on the order of an inch. It might be 2 inches. Some spots, if you're really caught in those heavy downpours, could see as much as 3 inches. So the forecast after tomorrow is going to be fairly similar Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Temperatures upper 70s, low 80s. But then we start to improve as we go through Friday, and that sets us up for a pretty nice weekend coming our way, the way it looks at this point, with temperatures in the mid-80s. That's your latest forecast. Time to get a preview of sports. Here's Nick.
Thank you, Bill. Sox and Dodgers in another national TV game tonight. Highlights from a game with a lot of runs scored next. And it's Little League postseason season. We've got highlights from the New England Softball Regional. Cranston Western begins its quest for a World Series trip. That and more coming up next in sports.
Selling homes is more than a way to fill the workday. It's a sanctuary, a reflection of dreams, and a testament to hard work. Selling homes, it's where we create real memories. It's where we find real comfort and peace. It's where we find real meaning.
Only through Monday, prices have been slashed on new sale items during Raymore and Flanigan's Super Weekend Sale. Get the perfect pieces for every room in your home. Enjoy incredible deals on sofas, sectionals, dining sets, bedroom sets, and more. Transform your home in no time with delivery in 3 days or less. You can also buy now and pay later with interest-free 72-month financing. Enjoy deep discounts this weekend only at Raymore and Flanigan.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey Google, turn on Rocky's Food.
It's like the ultimate connection. See why it's been awarded a Consumer Guide Best Buy and recommended by Consumer Reports. Drive the Nissan Rogue today.
Now get a low $279 per month lease on the 2024 Nissan Rogue.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
Johnny is my uncle.
Wednesday.
This is harder than we thought.
I have definitely proven myself to be the wolf in sheep's clothing.
I know exactly who the celebrity is.
If you can't hide your claim, don't play the game.
If this keeps going the way it is, my chances of winning slim to none.
Claim to Fame, Wednesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Let's play millionaire.
I might die.
Wait, what?
The Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Buddy Celebrity formula works like a charm.
Let's just leave with $100.
How do you feel?
I'm out. Which one of you is smarter?
It would be me.
What's not to love?
If we get this wrong, we have like 4 more chances.
Wait, no, we have no more questions. You're making up rules now.
Okay, sorry.
Jimmy Kimmel hosts an all-new Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Wednesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Now, ABC 6 Sports, sponsored by Calvino Law Associates.
Prime time again, Sunday night for the Sox, and this one a little bit more important because of what happened in the last one, last night. Sox and Dodgers putting on a show in L.A., but it ended up being a heartbreaker for Boston and put on the brooms on the table tonight for the series. Alex Cora's club looking to avoid a 3-game sweep, but coming in 15-1 this season on Sundays. Weird stat, but it was a fact. And early on, maybe the magic for that day of the week kicked in, or maybe it's just that Jarren Duran is really, really good. Another home run for the All-Star Game MVP makes it 2-0 Boston right away. But as the Dodgers have done throughout the weekend, they come back, tie it, and then they take the lead. Teoscar Hernandez, the home run derby champ, showing he can muscle the ball out. Solo shot to right, makes it 3-2 in the third. LA homers 6 times in this game tonight. Cutter Crawford gives up 5 of them. None more impressive than this one. Shohei Ohtani crushes it in the 5th. Sends his thing to Santa Monica. 473 feet on the solo shot, makes it 6-2. Sox were down 9-3 going into the 9th, but who else? It's Duran again, making the end of this one at least a little interesting. RBI double to left. Plates 2 for the visitors, making it just 9-5. Duran driving in 4 in the game. Boston ends up getting the tying run to the plate in the inning, but the game ends on a Wilyer Abreu fly out to center. Red Sox fall again Sunday 9-6. They are swept out of L.A. Just the 3rd time the Sox have seen the brooms this season. They next head to Colorado to face the Rockies starting on Monday. Another afternoon game, 3 of 4 this weekend for the Yankees against the Rays. Sunday, Aaron Boone gets tossed for arguing a call, so maybe a sign of how this one went for the Pinstripes. Top 7, Tampa adds to its 3-0 lead. The 2-run shot for Jose Siri, 5-0 the advantage after that. Rays looking like they were on their way to another win. The Pinstripes do have the best home run hitter in baseball, though, and Aaron Judge responds, sending a hanger way out to left. 3-run shot makes it 5-3. That's as close as it gets, though. Rays with another dinger in the 9th to add to the cushion here. Tampa wins again in the Bronx Sunday, 6-4. Let's go to Bristol, Connecticut tonight. The Cranston Western Softball All-Stars starting their run in the Little League New England Regional against Milford, Connecticut. And it's clear this Rhode Island squad can score. Bottom first, already a run in, and Lawson Bastia sends another one home on the RBI double down the right field line. Scores Ella Lamar, 2-0 roadie. Then Bella Olobri with the liner to left here, plates another, makes it a 3-run frame and a 3-0 lead after an inning. Milford gets on the board but couldn't cool off the Rhode Island bats. Adriana Garcia, the bouncer up the middle in the second, brings home 2 more runs, makes it 5-1. Cranston Western ends up running away with this game, earning the 13-3 win and moving into the winner's bracket in Bristol. The local squad will next play Maine tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Congrats on the win tonight, and a decisive one. Wow. Mission run it back for the world champion Boston Celtics continues to be a thing. As we know, most of the guys who helped the C's earn banner 18 last month will return for a chance at a repeat Sunday. The Big Green continuing to keep its whole rotation together for the long-term future. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reporting the Celtics and Sam Hauser have agreed to a contract extension for 4 years and $45 million. The deal will reportedly kick in after next season when Hauser will make a modest $2 million and keep the role guy in Boston through 2029. The extension for the sharpshooter reportedly would mean a projected $225 million payroll after next season, with over $200 million of luxury tax penalty for the C's. That would project to be the largest in NBA history. So you can't say they're not investing, right? The Vegas finale for the Celtics Summer League team. Sunday, guys with possible future roles taking on the 76ers. A lot of contributors offensively for the season. This one down in the fourth quarter. Jordan Walsh, last year's second-round pick, the board, and 2 of his team-high 18. Then later, Baylor Shireman, the first-rounder this year, with a clutch 3 late to tie the game at 96. Shireman 1 of 5 in double figures with 13. But the Sixers end up taking this one thanks to a good performance from David Jones, 3 of his game-high 23 on the other end. Celtics fall out in Vegas to wrap things up 103-98. Now, we didn't see him in the game tonight, but this might be why. Here's what can come out of the Summer League. Opportunity. Shams Charania of The Athletic reporting Sunday night, the Sixers are signing former roadie guard Jeff Doughton to a 2-way contract for next season. The former Rams standout, averaging around 17 points and 6 assists during this Summer League after playing in 12 games during the regular season last year for Philadelphia. Congrats to Jeff. That's quite the opportunity. The last day of the festivities in Newport Sunday, ending with champions being crowned. It was final Sunday at the Tennis Hall of Fame with singles and doubles championship matches on the schedule. We start with a showdown of training buddies. In the singles final, 3-seed Alex Mickelson taking on 2-seed Marcus Giron. Friendly competition between guys who practiced together. The 19-year-old Mickelson with the winner at the night here. He takes the first set 7-6 in a tiebreak. But the experienced Giron striking back, the winner on the return to the corner here. He'd take the second set 6-3, and Giron fighting off a championship point from Mickelson in the third to rally. He had 13 aces on his serve, none bigger than that one. The final point of the match, Marcus Giron, the 2024 Infosys Tennis Hall of Fame Open singles champion, 6-7, 6-3, 7-5. It's his first title on the ATP Tour.
It's amazing. It's tough because holding the trophy is just the last part, but I think it's just a culmination of a lot of work throughout the years. It's the first time on tour playing a week without losing, and so to be down match points and come out with some great tennis is an incredible feeling. Newport has been wonderful to me, and I've really enjoyed my time here on and off the court. Everyone's super friendly. It's such a beautiful city, and so I've really enjoyed it.
Congratulations to Giron. And earlier in the day, the doubles championship match on center court, and it's the team of Andre Goranson and Sem Verbeek taking down the American duo of Robert Cash and James Tracy, the reigning NCAA champs, in straight sets, 6-3, 6-4. That's it for tennis in Newport this week. Remember, Next year, the revamped event comes to town. Men and women will compete at the Hall of Fame. Coming up next summer, should be a great event. Always is down there during the summertime. That's a look at sports. More news coming up after the break.
Your total access, Access Hollywood.
Weeknights at 7 on ABC 6.
Make this a summer to share in one of our capable SUVs. Visit your local Kia dealer. Lease a new 2024 Sorrento LX for $289 a month.
I'm John Calcagni, a former federal prosecutor and head of New England's premier fully staffed criminal defense firm. If you or a loved one has been accused of a crime, call me.
Here's your chance to let the world know your vibe. It's the ABC6 Wright's Dairy Farm Viewer Spotlight page. A question a day where you can vote your vibe to the top. Like, where is Rhode Island's best beach? Who makes the tastiest New England clam chowder? It's a fun and easy way to let the world know just how you feel. Go to the ABC6 Viewer Spotlight page and vote your vibe.
Live Sunday, September 15th, it's the Emmys. Find out who wins the year's top honors.
I have to put this down. I still don't have the strength.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
When television's biggest night comes to ABC.
I love this part. And the Emmy.
The Emmy goes to...
I'm a winner, baby!
The Emmys, live Sunday, September 15th on ABC and next day on Hulu.
This is Lucky 13.
13 questions are all that stand between tonight's contestants and up to
$1 million.
Gina Rodriguez and Shaquille O'Neal host Lucky 13. New Thursday on ABC.
With so much at stake, more Americans turn to ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 newscast across all of television.
And ABC 6 News with Tiffany Murphy and John DeLuca, Southern New England's trusted news team.
GMA tomorrow, the assassination attempt, the former president, the Secret Service, the victims, the shooter, the investigation. Tomorrow morning, all the breaking new details live in real time on ABC's Good Morning America.
I need your help, son. Your days as my informant are far from over.
sign the damn papers.
Are you the reason Valentine got away?
Come and get me.
General Hospital on ABC.
The new 290 horsepower Kia K5 GT. Lease a new 2025 K5 LXS for $279 a month.
All right, dew point temperatures are on the rise for tomorrow afternoon. We'll have sunshine in the morning, giving way to increasing clouds, the high 84. And then it's going to be a humid stretch for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The tropical humidity coming back, but it's not unbearably hot. But there will be showers and thunderstorms through that stretch, and then looking pretty good for the weekend coming up.
Like I said earlier, umbrellas, rain boots, we're going to have to get them out this week. It's been a while, though.
Yep.
All right, well, we hope you all have a good night.